Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is February 9th, 2014, and I'm honored to be sitting here with the famous Charlie Wysocki. Charlie, as we all know, was a very famous football player in the NEPA area. He went to high school at E.L. Myers, and then where did you go to college, Charlie?
University of Maryland.
He went to the University of Maryland, and then he even went all the way up to the pros with the Dallas Cowboys. Charlie was a very prominent figure in the area. He's a well-known religious figure. And Charlie, I just had some very interesting questions for you today. I mean, I know I gave you the introduction of your very famous football career, and I know that you went up to the pros, but that's all that I really know about you, and I think that's what a lot of people know about you. They want to know who the real Charlie is. So, Charlie, I want to ask you, one of my first questions is, where are you from? Like, where did you grow up? What was life like for you as a kid? What was life like when you were first starting out?
Okay, life when I was first starting out, I would have to say poor. Like, all of us were poor. There was really no, Afro-American families here in the Wilkes-Barre area that, had a lot of money. And, I was able to luck out, in terms of being adopted. My real family is the Graffneries, and my dad was a Wade.
Okay.
But then I was adopted by the Wysockis, who were a well-to-do family, middle-class family, who adopted me, and I didn't want for anything. I had everything I wanted. But, like I said, I performed in high school in every sport that I went out for.
Okay.
3 sports, wrestling, track, and football.
Oh, wow.
I set records in everything I went out for. I was a 3-time district champion in wrestling. I was an All-American in wrestling.
Wow.
I was All-State in wrestling. I was All-State in football. I was All-American in football.
Wow. That's incredible. That's actually some of my questions that I had later for you. So that's amazing. I did not know that you were so multi-talented in many sports.
Well, I tried. I wanted to make a difference. Everything I did, I wanted to make a difference. And I could have played, many of my friends who played in the NFL, they said, Charlie, there's no reason why you could not have played in the NFL. No reason at all. It's just that I chose to be, I wanted a free agent because I got injured my senior year, but I still, there were still teams that were after me. I should have went with other teams other than with the Dallas Cowboys. I chose the Dallas Cowboys, and that was my mistake.
Okay. I see that. And another question that I had was, we'll get to some of the things that you discussed earlier, but how did you discover your talent in football?
Well, one of my friends, Marcus Blake, who played at GAR, and that's the first school I went to was GAR. Marcus Blake, he asked me and another one of my friends, a couple of us, he said, well, how would you guys like to play, mini football? He asked Eric Todd, me and Eric Todd, we've been friends over 40 years. And me and Eric, we said, okay, we'll go out, and Eric was playing defensive end, and that's where I wanted to play, but he put me on the line, not Marcus, but the team, the coach. He put me on the defensive line, and I was like jumping off sides every play. I didn't know what I was doing. And I was trying to get frustrated. I wasn't trying to get frustrated, but I was getting frustrated. And someone was telling me in my head, quit. And I'm not a quitter. I'm not a quitter, and I always have been a warrior. And so, okay, well, getting back to what I was saying, I was jumping off sides every play, and I was getting discouraged, okay? Somebody didn't want me to play football. But me and Eric Todd, we stuck it out together. And at the end of the season, we had an extra game. My coach picked up an extra game. He said, how would you like to play, fullback? I played fullback. I was in PTY, Plymouth, not Plymouth. Anyway, PTY, Pittston Township Yankees.
Okay.
And that's where Jimmy Suffalo played when he played up at Pittston. I scored 6 touchdowns. He said, "You're going to be my running back." He said, "You're going to be my running back the next year."
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we won the next year. The next year we won the Super Bowl. The next year we won the Super Bowl. And that was like the best feeling of anything in the world is when you win a championship. When you win a championship or you win, you know, like basketball, if you win district or if you win something like that as a group, you know, it's something if you win something by yourself. But if you win something like that as a group, you know, everybody coming together like I'm trying to do here at the church, you know, bringing people together, you know, man, it was just so cool, man. We beat Plymouth Shawnee Indians in the Super Bowl, 44-13.
Wow.
You know, we
That's
beat
incredible.
them pretty good. Yeah, we beat them pretty good.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Charlie, this is amazing. I've learned some very interesting things about you already, and this is just the first segment of our 2-segment interview with Charlie Wysocki. We'll be back shortly. And Charlie, I just want to thank you so much for coming down here today and just giving us some wonderful details about your life, and this can be really motivational, and we thank you. And we just tell you to stay tuned for our second half. And Charlie, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.